If he's got Essica in there, that means he's got Prismatic Bridges though, which isn't great. Targaner. Yeah, that tracks. That pretty much just tracks. We're up to silver. Hey-oh. Feels good. Action. Hello all, Bouncy Bear here. Today we're back for another standard Saturday video. Today we're playing a deck that I'm titling Grave Titan. We are playing a Titan of Industry reanimate deck, which has surged up to the semi-tippy-toppies of the meta game at the minute. I can't remember where I checked it out, but I think it was like, I don't know, I think it was like a 10% of the meta, something like that, is playing something vaguely similar to this deck. This deck list looked really interesting because it has lots of weird amounts of land and all sorts going on. So let's take you through it. Turn 1, we hope that we'll have a Voldaren Epicure, which deals damage to your opponent and makes a blood token. With that blood token, we're hoping to have either a Titan of Industry, an Old Gnawbone, a Toxrill, or a Dusk Mangler in it. Toxrill is a big guy who kind of board wipes. Titan of Industry is really handy at taking out artifacts and enchantments. It gains you a bit of life, which buys you time to make more giant things, which is great. It also can make some rhinos, which again give you time and allow you to properly aggro, and it lets you put shield counters on stuff, which is really handy. Old Gnawbone just makes treasures. It's just in there because I only have 2 of these, and I'm all out of mythics, weirdly enough. And Dusk Mangle is a new-ish card to New Capenna. It's a 5/4. As an additional cost to cast it, you have to sack a creature, discard a card, or pay 4 life. You don't have to do that if you use Diagraph Rebirth or Graveyard Shift, because it gets it back from the graveyard. You never cast it, so there's no cost to that. When it enters, each opponent sacks a creature, discards a card, and loses 4 life, which is just great. It's just great, honestly. For an uncommon, it's great. I wouldn't put this in a deck if I wasn't reanimating it, though. For 7 mana for a 5/4, it's just not great with the additional casting cost on it. It's just not great. With that, we're running Graveyard Shift, which I haven't seen yet, which is kind of good, kind of bad. It returns target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Sometimes it has flash, but it doesn't. It having flash doesn't massively bother me at all. Diagraph Rebirth we're running because it's better than that. Running 3 colours is really easy now because of like this. It's also a Swamp Mountain Forest, which is great. But yeah, Diagraph Rebirth does the exact same thing. Sometimes it costs less if stuff dies, which it does die quite often. You can sometimes push that to cost a little bit less if you need to play 2 things at the same time. It's always handy. So we're running 6 things that let you draw stuff back. Running Fable of the Mirror Breaker because there's a really cool combo you can do. I think it works. I haven't actually popped it off yet. But if you get Reflection of Kiki Jiki and you make a token of Titan of Industry, because Titan of Industry's effect is enters the battlefield, it isn't whenever you cast. So I think with Reflection of Kiki Jiki, you can basically pay 1 mana to destroy an artifact, gain 5 life, create a 4/4 Rhino or a shield, or get a shield counter on something, which is great. You can do 2 of those as well, which is fantastic news. But yeah, that obviously pairs pretty nicely with Toxrill as well. You can have 2 Toxrills a turn, or Dusk Mangler, which does enter your battlefield, sacky things. So I think that's why the kind of red comes into it. But yeah, I think whoever's kind of made this has gone, hey, look, that would be really fun to play around with that. And it's like, hey, reanimate is really fun. So like that works. It synergizes really well. Because you don't necessarily have to play this as a reanimator deck. You could play it as a Fable of the Mirrorbreaker deck. You know? Without running Bloodtithe Harvester as well, he makes blood and is a kind of a handy kill spell sometimes if you've got a couple of blood and you've got something fairly early game that needs dealing with as well. Because you don't have to sacrifice the blood tokens to do that. It just does it. You're only losing a 3/2. It's kind of like, well, meh. You know? Like, a 3/2 is really big as well. This thing needs nerfing. I think it being a 2/2 would be way more balanced. But yeah. You know what this guy does. This guy's all over the matter at the minute. Cathartic Pyre lets us discard and draw, which is great. And deals 3 damage to stuff, which is, always useful. There's one Deadly Dispute in here, which weirded me out in the deck list. I wonder whether whoever made this deck was running more of these and less of these, and then just kind of went, well, we could run like 2 or 3 of those. Or I wonder whether in best of 3 the sideboard is more focused on kind of making treasures and stuff. I don't know. I don't really know, but it's in there. It's in there. It's handy to draw stuff with the Epicure and the Bloodtithe Harvester as well. And Riveteer's Charm, which is a thing. I'm not a huge fan of this, to be honest. I would probably prefer to be running Infernal Grasp or another burn spell or anything but this. Because I'm not a fan of exiling the top 3 cards of your library, because you could hit some of this, which isn't good. Sorry, you target an opponent and they sacrifice a creature or planeswalker they control with high mana value, which is usually what I'm using it for, realistically. That's going to be really useful against planeswalker decks. Like, really useful against that. You don't get to pick what you're killing, which is, like, not great. It is the highest mana value, though, which is good, because that's usually what you want to take out anyway. It lets you exile the top 3 cards of your library until your next end step. You can play those cards, which is really useful in a low down kind of aggro-y red, green, black deck. It's really handy to just put stuff on the field. But with this, it's like the chances are you're going to probably run into one of these because of how the shuffler works. You're probably going to run into one of these with it, which sucks. It also lets you exile target player's graveyard, which I guess works against the, like, opposite side. If someone else is playing this deck, or, exiling people's graveyards, it's kind of handy to have that in there sometimes. If you're playing against the Blood on Snow deck, that sounds kind of handy. So I think that's what that's in here for. With that as well, we're running 26 land. Let me just... Have I got something that's... I don't really know what sleeves should we run with it. I don't know, man. Something vaguely green-blacky. I guess the blood one works for me. I don't know. Kinda cool. Yeah, let's go for the blood one and avatars. Let's run like the friggin' evil Shadowheart merch. Red, black, and green. Could be Lizelle. Let's run Shadowheart. And pets. It's just fine. What pets should we run today? So many pets. Oh, beautiful. It's beautiful. Anyway, yeah, we're running like 26 non-basic lands. That's just an awful freaking mess of land, because standard needs to, like, just because standard needs to update, and it's updating next month. But yeah, like this is what it looked like about a year ago. Whenever the next rotation was, this is what it looked like with non-basic lands. It's just so but ugly, but beautiful at the same time. I think if I was making this deck myself, I didn't have much of it. I'd say you could probably just make this deck with mostly uncommons, to be fair. Like, this is all commons and uncommons, really easy to get. Riveters, Charmers, Diagraph Rebirth and Graveyard Shift definitely are. Dusk Mangle, you could put 4 of those in. Like, it's, aside from all of the non-basics, it's kind of a cheap deck to make. There's like 4 Fable of the Mirror Breakers, which is a rare. But this is in a lot of decks at the minute. This feels like the cheaper version of running Treasure Dragon. What do you call it? Goldspan. And this stuff is all just great. Like, you're never going to feel sad about buying a Toxrill, an Old Gnawbone, or a Titan of Industry. They're all going to be useful in a deck at some point. It's going to be fun. You're going to have fun with those. They're fun cards. It's the great thing about Reanimator, because you don't really get to use these that often. But when you do, it's like, hey, I get to use this awesome rare. It's good fun. Yeah, if I was running this again with the land, honestly, just put however much green, black, red, green, red, black stuff you have in, and you're probably going to have a good time. I'd probably take the dens and hives out, to be honest. If I were to redo this deck, I'd probably take the creature lands out. I don't think you really particularly need them. I think the non-basics could probably get taken out for pathways as well, but you don't necessarily need, but you kind of want some sort of pathwayness in, some sort of basic land in, sorry. Just in case someone like gives you, hey, search for some basic lands, or search for a forest, search for a mountain, search for a swamp. You know, destroy target land, search for a basic. If someone's running like a... Oh, I know what the card's called. What do you call it? Field of Ruin. This one. If someone's running one of these, then you need the basic lands in. Really. I think running 6 is probably a decent number. I'd maybe only run 4. Chances are you're going to draw into one. If someone's got 4 Field of Ruins in one game and you haven't lost or won by then, yeah, you're probably going to draw into at least one of these anyway, but yeah. Anyway, on that note, I think I've talked about all I can about one deck, but I'm loving this. This is my new favourite meta deck, I think. Boros aggro was not the way for me. This is. Anyway, let's get to it. What you got for me today, Arena Draft Practice? Okay. It's an interesting name, for surezies. We've got one of each. I think that's a keeper, just because. Let's get some basics down. Not give away too much information there. And we're going to get absolutely spanked in a minute by goblins because aggro. Let's block it. Yeah. I'm sad that I did that, really. That's a really good draw. I like these new ones because it's cycling 3, which feels kind of fair. I think cycling 2 is the usual. What's this guy do? Against first strike sometimes. play one of these tapped and then cycle that. Wish I had a Fable of the Mirror Breaker at the minute. They say it fits with goblins. It's really pretty, lads. Another Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Oh god, that's gross. I don't really need green. I don't really need black that badly either. That doesn't have flash yet. Let's just get a Dusk Mangler back, because him discarding stuff is good for us. Seven. God. It's just so many goblins. Just so many bloody goblins. So gross. I might be dead here. I think I am, yeah. Oh no. No. Not quite yet. He's got so much treasure as well, Jesus. It's got first strike, so I can't really block that. I'm one shock away from dying. Toxro would be really good. Royal Eruption, GG. Big beef. Show me that big beef, boy. That feels good-ish. Good thing about Fable of the Mirror Breaker is it lets you discard 2 cards. I think we play that tapped, because that pretty much sets us up for land. Which is pretty good. I really like them sleeves. It's kind of pretty. Ooh, it doesn't matter. I don't think it really matters. I'm going to play that on black, so that on red feels good. Because it's primarily a red-black deck anyway. Go with the Fable. Toxrill and a Titan into the graveyard. I'm curious what Big Beef is playing. I guess it looks like legendary creatures, right? Oof. Where's the Magda? Oof. I say so. Is he legendary? He's not legendary. He is legendary though. Jeepers creepers, sir. Another turn and we get a Titan down and we can just like negate his advantage for that. I mean, I could just swing Diagraph Rebirth and then get rid, right? That doesn't feel so bad. I mean, I can get rid of that. Yeah, actually, I think I'm just gonna do that instead. I think I want to hang on to that. See if we can't let that treasure train start a rolling. Just wondering what else he has in the deck. It looks like green-red aggro with that. Kind of green-red aggro, but then with legendaries. It's not meta at the minute, I don't think. But that's what you get at bronze. Bronze tier. Ugh, Jessica. discard 2 cards. I mean, like, I can draw that many. I could discard the land, but there's no like surefire way that I'm gonna draw into it again. I think we still need red. Am I going for a Toxrill or a Titan of Industry? I think we're going for a Titan of Industry. We're going to destroy an artifact or enchantment. And I think we're going to try and go wide here. Destroy you. Do I attack? No, no attacks. I think we try and play defense here. Like, really try and just mill this guy down. Because lol. If he's got Essica in there, that means he's got prismatic bridges though, which isn't great. Targaner. Yeah, that tracks. That pretty much just tracks. We're up to silver. Hey-oh. Feels good. I think that's a keep. Get rid of the Dusk Mangler with the Cathartic Pyre next turn, or take out something that he wants. I guess this guy likes green. Oh god. Swarm Shamblers, was it? Whenever a creature you control that doesn't target a spell or an opponent controls, create a 1/1 insect. Okay, let's see what he does, because I don't need to discard and draw this turn. Really. What I do need is green mana. Yeah, I'll allow it. Discard 2 cards. I think Dusk Mangler and maybe a Swamp. That's not terrible. I'm not too happy with that, really. We'll play the Harvester. Ah, that's what he's trying to get me to do. He's trying to bait me out into targeting the Swarm Shambler with a kill spell, I think. Like, I think. I'm fine with trades, though. Okay. Like, yeah, whatever, man. You do you. I'm just going to sacrifice that. Get rid of the den, because I don't really need it. It's going to hold me back a turn. Same as the last 2 turns, really. Just see what I can do. That's what I like about this. It's got its control elements to it. My turn? Mammoth. I say. See if he reads the card. I'm just going to discard the 1 Mangler. Feels like a waste. Oh my god, where is the land? That's an instant anyway. Yeah, let's try and get something moving, because I need mana. I just know this is going to be like 3 of the most expensive cards in the fucking deck. I guess green. Yeah. I'm going to take a lot of damage next turn. Try to do the bath here because that costs way less when creatures die. So I can play that for 4. I can't play a Riveter's Charm even if I draw into that though. I guess that's pretty much it for me, I think. What you got, bud? Not an artifact or enchantment. Weird ask. I guess people are playing this more like a kicky jicky deck than anything else. All he needs to do is buff something up by 2 next turn, and that's it. Or he could power up the lair, and then he's won. He doesn't really know that yet, I don't think, though. Oh, he's got blue as well. GG. Yeah, that's 10 swinging in. Didn't even power the lair up for that extra 2 damage. There you go. If that had been a Titan of Industry, I would have felt a lot safer. Sadly, didn't happen. Ooh, prizes. I think that's an awkward keep. So like, I've got one of each. I had one of each colour land, which is good. I've got something that lets me discard stuff, and I've got the Titan of Industry in the old start hand as well, which is good. White blue, so this is going to be control, control, control. It's going to absolutely mess me up. One of these, countered. And he's got the pretty deserted beaches, which were on sale earlier. Jealous much. No counter. Not yet. Maybe bounce that to my hand though. Later on. Really like the Tasha artwork. Kind of pretty. They like Inklings? Does she make Inklings? I don't know. All of the foretelling. Burp, burp. Like one of them for the red. Like Blood Tide Harvester. In fact, let's attack first. Okay. Feels like such a waste though, doesn't it? Really. Just make lots of blood. Get the aggro train moving, because that's what we need, really. If we can play everything in our hand, we get a Dusk Mangler. Okay. Let's play this on black. We've got that in our second main, so let's just all attack. See if he wants to kill anything at the min. Diagraph Rebirth, Titan. That's gonna get countered surely. He must have a negate, or maybe a Doomscar. Shield counter, and could gain life. ultimately it might come down to that, but I think I'm going to go with a Rhino. And whilst I've got that going, he's probably got a kill spell. Punish Burst, yeah. No, fair enough. Still get the shield counter on something. Put the shield counter on that. Should have maybe just put it on the Rhino. TBF. This guy, yeah. No, my shield. My shield is gone. Red. Up to 6. Let's use this, get rid of a Dusk Mangler again. Let's see what we draw into. Exile top 3, exile target player's graveyard. I don't think we're going to be drawing into much here. I think we just swing with Kiki Jiki. I think I can cycle as an instant. Like, I think that's another Doomscar, right? E. I don't know which is better. I don't know whether to cycle this or whether to... Okay. Get rid of the Emperor, right?
I've learned much during my travels. Let me show you.
Get rid of it, right? Doesn't... There's a counter for that, like, right? Okay. Get rid of that like that.
My judgment is fine.
Land, Rebirth, Dusk Mangler. See if he allows that. Test of talents, nice. He was saving that for a hot minute. He was saving that. Yeah. I can't get mad at that. I reckon one of those is going to be a draw, because we haven't seen much draw going on. Yeah. Deluge. Deluge probably into a land and I don't know. Could be anything. I guess this is where the den and the hive come in handy. Like, really handy. So much stuff exiled this game. What do you do? Yeah, I don't really care. Thank you. He might have an annoying artifact land or enchantment or whatever. I guess we don't really need land, right? At the min. Speaking of things I don't really need. I'm not massively fussed about his non-basics, because I think I only have one of these in here, so I might as well save it for an artifact or enchantment. You know, he might be running chromatic thingamajigler. Fantastic news. Friggin' Hullbreaker Horror. The bane of my existence. It's not an artifact or an enchantment. Really wish it was. And I think that's when we hit the concede button. Well, it might not be though. Like, we might draw into something decent in the next... There's only three turns to wait anyway, so like, whatever. Right. Land is all we get. At least they're short turns. Gonna deluge. I do nothing. I should resolve your deluge. I would quite frankly have to be delusional not to resolve your deluge. Memory deluge. See, if I'd have gone with the 5 life, it would be like 1 more turn, right? You never know, opponent might not have it. Whatever it is, the opponent might not have it. So like, I don't know. Let's say I don't know what it is that would win me this. The Cathartic Pyre is certainly not it, however. What you got? 6. And this is how we go out with pride. The stride of pride. Belinda, I see. That's a really pretty good start. Pretty good. It's not like it's not a potent start, but it's that's like a top 10 hands for this deck, right? It's got 1 of each mana. It's got stuff I can do on 2 and 3 in the start hand. It's just great. Play a black thing. Play a harvester. And it looks like we're playing against, is it friggin' horror, probably. A lot of horrors. What? Oh, horrors. That one. Just need some big creatures now, and then we're like away. If we could maybe discard 1 or 2 of them, that would be nice. But it doesn't seem to be what will be happening today. Hey, get rid of you, and for 4 mana. Let's get rid of the green, because I don't think we're really doing much this turn with our mana, other than I think we'll play 1 of them and then just hold up the charm, right? I could have Diagraph Rebirth, actually. That was really silly. I could have an old Gnawbone out right now. I still might, if he, like... No, he doesn't. I was about to say, if he, like, kills that, that would actually be really good for me. I could play this. Exiling his graveyard's probably not great. Just get rid of the Tired. We could still play a Riveteer's Charm as well. I'm annoyed that I'm kind of wasting mana there. Rebirth now, Rebirth later. It doesn't have haste, so I guess we attack first. Rebirth. Like I could have gone for Rebirth Gnawbone, because that would have got me more treasure. But hey-oh. Negate test of cards. No. Shield token, really useful. View battlefields. He doesn't have any treasures down, which is good. Let's just gain some life. I'm gonna gain some life. I'm gonna end my turn there. Got enough for the Rebirth next turn. If I try hard enough. I've actually got enough for a Titan as well, which is good. Go for a Rebirth into a Gnawbone. Could Graveyard Shift Old Gnawbone. Only got 2 mana. I much prefer him to counter this. Yeah, right. Graveyard Shift, Old Gnawbone. To combat. To attackers. We're attacking with you for shorties. Are we attacking with you? Can I get... I only get 5 from you, so I might as well attack with both and get like 4 treasures, right? Feels pretty good. Let's just get a damage in as well. Sort of. I feel bad because I think he's going to burn down the house this turn. But like getting a copy of something doesn't massively bother me that much. If that was at instant speed though. Oh boy, if that was at instant speed. I don't need to rebirth it. Rebirthing it is the same price as just simply playing it. So, another iteration. I don't really know what you go in for, probably a horror. 9, 11, 13. So yeah, you need to kill a thing, dude. Otherwise you're dead. Syndiclasm. Lol. That is. I think I'm gonna play that tapped. I think I'm going to play that or pay for it. GG. G to the G's. That's a really awkward hand because it's got everything I need. If I had 1 more mana, that'd be really good. But I guess we get blood from those. Hook drawn to a red. No red. It's really awkward. I'm like a turn behind because I don't have any basic lands. Opponent has a kill spell in hand because of the stick. Again, just really friggin' awkward land. Go for a harvester. Let's just go full aggro. I could have sacked the blood. Okay. It's nice to see how much hate Blood Tithe Harvesters have at the minute. They are really just the king of dick moves. Count Dracula. Sorin? Sorin.
I take no joy in the slaughter, but it's necessary.
Oh, I kind of like the artwork on it.
Blood for knowledge, a fair trade.
Yeah. Just start pinging him. Play Fable. I'd quite like to play Fable. I guess we sack one of these, get rid of an Epicure. Right. No land. No land was had that day. Get rid of a Toxrill. Try and find land. It doesn't exist. How dare it not exist? That's a crucial turn, really. If I had the Pyre instead of the thing, I could have nearly got rid of Sorin as well, because I don't want him making 2/3 lifelinkers.
My ways are not for the weak.
Is this just Golgari Stomp? Golgari Subbed. Ooh. Yeah, I need to keep the Marder moving. I guess we get rid of the Pyre, even though I think that's going to be a crucial card, really. Let's just get rid of Count Knobface over here and just swing. If I'd have played a Fable of the Mirror Breaker last turn, that would have set me up pretty well, because I could have had a Toxrill down. Try and get some of these friggin' things out. Needs to do. When he dies, he makes a 4/4 Rhino when he has gain life. Fair enough. And could play Graveyard Shift or Diagraph Rebirth. Diagraph Rebirth. Play Toxrill. Be happy, right? I think once Toxrill dies, I think all the -1/-1 counters don't exist anymore because they're slime counters instead of -1/-1 counters, which sucks for me. But I guess I'll sack my 1/1, right? Anything else in here? Not really. Fable of the Mirror Breaker is good. The Tithe Harvester is like equally as good. So you make blood, which is my lifeblood. I can swing with both because lol. Oh, that's just great. Give me all of the sluggos. Yeah, he's playing Blood on Snow, so he'll be getting that back next turn anyway, but it's cool, it's chill. It's all gravy, baby. 6. I'm nearly there with another Diagraph Rebirth, and I can almost Graveyard Shift. I think I can Graveyard Shift at instant speed, which is real handy. Attacks. Oh no, it's a 3/3. I guess I'll block with a slime. I don't want to be discarding anything with the Fable. TBH. Blood on Snow. Hey, fair dudes. I got a Sluggo. It's useful. I'm gonna decline. I'm gonna play the Den. I'm gonna swing for 1. And I'm gonna end turn. Because I can Toxrill next turn once he's used all of that beautiful mana up. A Graveyard Shift, rather. Invoke Despair. Oh, gets rid of my enchantment as well. Boop. Stumpety stomp, you say? Very nice. Norsk. And we go Toxrill. Hey. The Diagraph Rebirth, but I don't. There's nothing that I want back with that. Let's just get rid of a forest here. Riveter's Charm. Do I really need to play that? It's like instant speed too, so it's like meh. Could have powered Den up, but what's the point really? I mean, I could have got an extra 7 in there, but again, it's kind of like I'm winning quite happily at the minute. Probably gonna have another board wipe there for 7. Nice. Okay. Blue and a black. Same. If you could somehow wangle some blue in at like not an awful rate with this, that'd be really nice, but it's just not particularly feasible. And Diagraph Rebirth for a Toxrill again. I think it's next turn Fable of the Mirror Breaker and then hold up the Charm. The Immortal Slug. Another hook for 7. Nice. Love it. You love to see it. Titan. Destroy a thing. Let's gain some life instead. Shield counter might have been better, really, but that's the thing. It's all good. I mean, even having another 4/4 Rhino, it means that he has to board wipe, or he has to do this. He has to do this. You know, it all helps. That's annoying. Real annoying. Go for a Pyre. Yeah, let's go for a Cathartic Pyre. Let's get rid. When it dies, make a Rhino. Okay. Again, don't need to be taking my Den out. Really, I should be like pretty angry at the minute because I've not drawn into more land, but I don't need it at the minute. 7 is, I'm happy on 7. Yep, fair dues. That'll be back. Topiary Stomper. Butt Scratcher. 7, 8, 9, 10 of the lands. It's gonna quickly become not a great game for me, the min. If I don't draw into, like, a Diagraph Rebirth would be amaze balls at the minute, but if we don't get it, we don't get it. That discard hand was real minging. Just absolutely disgusting. Let's rebirth this. Let's put a shield counter on this time. Thankies. Let's gain some life and put a shield counter. I'm gonna gain life. This guy's gonna get a shield counter. I bet he's wishing he could run Vanishing Verse. Or some kind of exile. This would be dealt damage or destroyed, remove a shield counter. So yeah, some sort of exile would do it, which he must have. You can't not run exile stuff, right? In black. It's just unheard of. Oh, Christ. Oh, that's really gross. I've not seen that before. This guy knows how to build them. That's really annoying, because if he hadn't made me discard that... Oh man. I think we might be in trouble here. I don't think we're winning. That's just how... That's such a weird deck to lose to. There's like so much going on. This guy's just made a Golgari deck and stuck with it for time and gone, yeah, that works for me. I ain't even mad. And he's gained life back up to 20 as well, which is like surprising. Right. Swamp. GG. It's my 3/2 goblin. Power word kill. Red. Let's give him the cocktails. And sweet, sweet release of death. Action. We're back for the post-game breakdown. In summary, this deck's really fun to play. You should play it. You should go out, you should see what you've got, and you should play it. It's real good fun. If you're just playing this, like, red-black version would probably work. You'd have to find something else other than Diagraph Rebirth to use, which you should use this. You should really use this. Just make it in these colours. The 3 colours are good. But yeah, in summation, I think, to be honest, you could take the Proving Ground out, you could probably take the Den out, and you could probably take the Hive out as well, and just replace them with Pathways. I think this deck needs more Pathways and less tap lands, because at the start you really need to bring some aggro to the fore against stuff like Control or Control decks. You really need to be just absolutely on it every single turn and get the land. You can't be searching for stuff if you're against Control, and that's the mistake that I've been making. You've just got to go full aggro and F it. If I win, I win. If I don't, I don't. But that's the enemy of this deck, really, because you've seen it. If the Diagraph Rebirth gets Test of Talented, it's like that slows you right down, and the Graveyard Shift as well. If anything gets countered, it just kind of messes it up. Good fun against other aggro decks, though. I think there's the right amount of like different types of removal followed by big old creatures, because that's the thing that you need with aggro, is you just need to pay bigger creatures than them, and you pretty much won, luckily. But yeah, I don't think I've done that well today. I don't think I've got a read on the meta that well at the minute. I don't think I'm winning that many games. I don't know. Maybe I'm just like magicked out today, who knows. But yeah, we've had a lot of fun with this. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching this. And please remember to like, share and subscribe if you like the video, if you want to share it to friends, and if you want to subscribe to me to hear more of my beautiful dulcet Yorkshire tones. But yeah, that's it for me. I've been Bouncy Bear. Hope you have a lovely rest of the day. Good day.